I want to do this video on Albert Einstein quotes, right? He's, what's his interesting says? He said, education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. So many of us think that going to school make you more knowledgeable and more skillful, but actually in turn doesn't. Well, not to me anyway. Now, I always prefer my video on special ed. I was put in special education, I didn't have the awareness like I do now. I don't have the skill that I do now. I don't have the knowledge that I do now. School didn't teach you how to think for yourself. School teach you irrelevant things that that should not have been taught. We live in a world where it's very knowledge based, right? You can go online, you can click on Google, YouTube, or blogs, whatever that you can find information and not. But the problem with that is school doesn't teach you where you take the information or knowledge and turn it into action. We don't apply it into our life. We just say those things, but it's gonna, as Tony Robbins said, it's gonna die on paper. It's gonna die in your head if you don't actively engage with your mind and be able to implement that into a real situation. Then it just died in your head. Unless if school will teach you how to interact with each other or how to use this information, then it'll be fine. But school don't teach you how the mind operates, how the brain operate, or memory work, or the left and the right hemisphere, or how the conscious and the subconscious, or how to be able to create habit. I didn't understand that as a kid. Nobody teach me these stuff. Like, I have to go to read books. Come on, man. I have to read books that... No, I'm not knocking on books. I love books. I'm just saying my expression. Like, why do we have to, like, why didn't this become in my awareness? It become my knowledge. School didn't teach you that. Maybe you did learn it, but you didn't actively engage or practice it, right? That's what knowledge is. It's not just knowledge is power. Knowledge, when applied, is power. When you actively engage. Because if you have knowledge, you take action, it will change your results and behavior. That's what knowledge is supposed to do. But school don't teach you to think for yourself. Because if school were to help you to think for yourself, you wouldn't let every other people opinion affect your perception, your action, your behavior. Because if you think about it, your ideas and belief are the lens which you see the world with. It control your perception. It control how you act towards yourself, towards others, and toward the world. That's perception. If you truly understand how perception works, then you understand how to change your perception, change the lens which you see the world with. And that is, you have to input new information in, which entail adequate knowledge. Meaning, if you have adequate knowledge, it can change how you see yourself. Like, for instance, if you input information like you have 100 billion brain cells, which is connected with 1,000 of connections, and that these neurons or the brain can create neural pathways, then you change your perception about your capacity, your capability of developing skills or learning something new, right? That's understanding how to apply. Like, if you understand that, how will you apply to this, right? Let's say you understand the knowledge that I just gave you. How can you apply it? Well, you go on YouTube or go read a couple of books, and then you read on those the skills that you want to develop. And what happens is you read it, and you don't just remember, or you turn into long-term memory, and then you actively go out there and engage with life, and then bam, something happened, and you learn from it. It's a real situation, real life, and then bam, something happened. Maybe you fail it, but you get back up and you learn, and then bam, you keep going, and then bam, you get the result. That's what we want. We want to get results, and we want to change our behavior the way we want it to. That's how we change our life. Subscribe to my channel, like my video, and I'll see you.